Welcome to Four Seas One Family, where we share thoughts and opinions concerning life in Taiwan, the region, and the world. I'm your host, James Thomas, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan, and I'm so glad to have you traveling along with me on this journey, and welcome to the show. Well, like usual, I'm always late for something. About 5 days ago, I did a little episode on YouTube and other places concerning, well, the Confucius Institute and the way it has been using its tools to get into certain, well, free-thinking societies, especially democratic societies, to actually do subvert. That's right, subvert the image of the way people in other nations think about China, and also use it in a way to change certain historical facts too, and the list goes on. And I talked a little bit about how the Confucius Institute would offer, a large chunk of money to schools or institutes of higher learning to get a program started to teach, Chinese language, which they slip in a little bit of Chinese history from their perspective, and a little bit of soft power. Actually, a lot of soft power. But the narrative, they think, is quite restricted because during their teaching, which they offer Chinese language teachers and also even a director without even, asking the host institution to pay for any other things besides give them a place to teach these classes. They restricted discussion about Taiwan, certain discussions about certain parts of history, the Dalai Lama and things like that. And the teachers were really, controlled heavily. Now, I mentioned something about on August 13th, I think, this year, the State Department designated the Confucius Institute headquarters as a foreign mission, which is like being a part of the Chinese Communist Party. Now, of course, this had a far-reaching consequences, not only with the Confucius Institute, but also to institutions coming out of China that reported the news and other things like that. And I have a feeling that this, this will spread to other Chinese institutions or companies that are somehow related to the CCP in some way. This will spread more. And I do expect there will be some tit for tat. Now, what came up here just a couple hours ago, and I posted it as many places as I could, is that the College Board in the United States are severing ties with the Confucius Institute after receiving some letters from senators. Let me see if I can put that up here. Yeah. So maybe I can put it up a little bit wider. Oh, that's me. We don't want me up there. We want this up there. Let's see. No, that's a little bit too big. Let's see if I can get this up here. I don't need my head to be too big. No, my head is too big now. See, I'm having a little. There we go. Now let me scroll up here a little bit. Now it says that the College Board is a nonprofit that administers the SATs and AP tests, right? Everybody in the States know about the AP test, right? And SATs, has announced that it's ending ties with the Chinese Communist government, or the Chinese government-affiliated Confucius Institute headquarters, informally known as Hanban. Now, Hanban is responsible for teaching of language, Chinese language, Mandarin Chinese language in China, but also they are a subsidiary of the Chinese Communist Party. Now, you probably heard stories about, you probably even seen videos about people in Tibet actually being forced not to use their mother tongue. And this stretches on over even to the Uyghurs population. Now, the College Board Senior Vice President, Kim, I would say, revealed that the decision in a letter to 7 Republican senators on October 30th. Now, I'm seeing this on October 30th, but this report just came out November 6th. And assuming that being here in Taiwan, it was since we were a day early, it was a little bit later than we thought. Well, it says on Tuesday, Senator Marsha Blackburn, she's a Republican from Tennessee, right, made the letter public on Twitter, right, which stated that the College Board was awarded an annual grant by Hanban from 2016 up to, no, 2006 up to now, 2020, to support the teaching and learning of Chinese language and culture in U.S. schools. Now, from 2006 up to at least 2017, Hanban, Chinese Communist Party, has put in over $2 billion into their global support for the Confucius Institute. Now, once again, the Confucius Institute was just frankly, and you probably know already, used as a soft power tool to promote or to build up a narrative that the CCP government wanted other nations to have about the government, and also certain ideas of history. Like I mentioned in my last podcast, that the 9-dash line stuff, if you want to know about that, jump over to the website. And they're actually saying that a large part of Southeast Asia is an integral part of China. Scary thing. So that's something that I just want to jump in here for about 5-10 minutes to talk about. And this is quite shocking to me. So let me scroll up here more. Let me see if I can bring that in here a little bit bigger. Okay. So, and this is what Senator Blackburn put up on Twitter. I can't zoom in too much on this. Let's see, can I get it in there a little bit clearer? This is the best I could do. But it says, it further revealed that 2020 is the final year in which the college board will receive or pursue any grant funding from Hanban, which actually means the CCP government. Now, this is really, I think this is going to speed up. I think there is more coming out of this. This is going to just only speed up. Let me bring this back up here. This is only going to speed up, and it's not going to get any better. And I do expect there will be further tits for tats. I mean, way back in, say, about 5 years ago, the United States tried to get a similar institution to have people in China know more about American culture, but that totally fell flat on its face. And I have to admit that the United States did not put too much money in it, $5.1 million. And and a lot of the restrictions, it's called the ACC, the American Center, I don't remember off the top of my head right now, but they failed. They just fell flat on their face, $5.1 million. But they really had a hard time promoting things. They were restricted by their, I would say, or their hosted institution in China. They had to go through conferences to decide what could they talk about, and they even blocked the Chinese institution the participation of any United States government representatives in any type of events or some programming and stuff like that, which is really terrible. So this is really going to get worse. If you can, jump in there. And her tweet, she tweeted quite a few times, and I actually tweeted back to her and waiting for that. The CCP will continue looking for other avenues to gain influence in the American education system, she says, and we must remain vigilant and push back against Chinese influence. Bam. So this is just a little scary time, especially during this election time right now, because right now we got Trump and Biden just going at each other's necks right now in the United States, and we probably will not know the final results of the election maybe in another 2 days. We still got mail-in ballots coming in, and we do know that most mail-in balloters are Democrat at this particular point. And what I'm seeing is that 70% of these mail-in ballots are Democratic and 30% are Republican. So we see how this goes. Now, she added that the Chinese guest teacher program participating districts have final review over the teachers and complete autonomy, I would say anonymity, over how the program will be implemented in their schools. Well, that is really a skip and a jump. Actually, that's not true, because Confucius Institute has been really, really tough on trying their best to control the narrative on what can be discussed in these classes. I really wish I was in one of these classes. Oh, and yeah, I also see the comment here about the August 13th designation of Confucius Institute as a government, as a mission of the Chinese Communist Party, or China, I should say. Well, this is the short version what I'm able to put here right now. And right now I'm doing another write-up about this. I just want to jump in here and just talk a little bit about this because someone asked me to do it. But this is really scary. So I wonder what is next, what is coming up next. And being here in Taiwan, it's probably wake up some people in the community because the infiltration of the airspace here in Taiwan by the PLA, and Taiwan's every few hours are sending out sorties to chase them out of the demarcation line and stuff like that. So let's just hope for the best and hope it doesn't rile up too much. But I predict that things will stay a little bit stable for at least a little bit. So that's a little bit of an update on that, and also help me test out what I'm doing here. So thanks for tuning in to us a little bit at 4Cs1 Family, and take care wherever you guys are in the world. Ciao, ciao.